You're next. First of all, thank you for coming today and joining us, Dr. Hutchins. I have to tell you, it's very refreshing to hear from a scientist, so thank you, I appreciate it. I also want to say how much I appreciate that we're having this hearing today, because in the face of climate change and competition and trade and increasing population growth, it's more important than ever that we have a strong, functioning, federally funded ag research arm in the United States. And I really appreciate also your comments about adaptation and carbon sequestration. I also wanted to share that I'm really proud to partner with Representative Bustos and other members of this committee to introduce the America Grows Act today. This bill will dedicate a consistent source of funding to ensure our world-class institutions can continue their work in leading-edge agricultural research uninterrupted. I also wanted to talk about staffing issues at ARS, and this time not just in Kansas. I ultimately don't agree with the relocation of NEFA and ERS, but I was pleased to read in your testimony that you have an aggressive hiring strategy, it sounds like together with universities, in place to address vacancies in Kansas City. But staffing shortages are a pervasive issue affecting local ARS operations throughout the country. And there are reports that as of the end of the most recent governmental shutdown, there were 270 open ARS positions in the Pacific West region, which includes my state of Washington. And nationwide, there are reports of 700 vacant positions, which include both scientific and support staff. And so there are a multitude of open and already congressionally funded positions nationwide that are caught up in this HR backlog. In our district, this includes a tree fruit research geneticist position that's been open since this past February, as well as a chemical ecologist position that served both the tree fruit and potatoes farms and has been open since December of 2017. At the Temperate Tree Fruit and Vegetable Research Laboratory in Wapato, Washington. So I was wondering if you could update me, how many funded scientist positions at ARS remain vacant, both nationally and within the Pacific West region?
That's a great question. First of all, and thank you for that question, I don't have those specific numbers in front of me. I'd be more than happy to get back with you on that, but I can address the question more broadly, if it's okay. First of all, we recognize that we have had and have for several years actually had a number of vacancies within ARS, and we are working diligently now to work that. We're specifically trying to rework our HR model so that we have the HR talent and capability to do that. We're bringing on contractors and dispersing, if you will, some of that HR talent outside of Washington where we have a hard time retaining HR professionals. Having said that, I did meet personally with the president of Washington State as well as the dean on these topics and assured them that we were prioritizing and focusing on that area. The Wenatchee system and so forth, the ARS partnership we have with Washington is perhaps the strongest we have in the country, and so we're very committed to that. One of the positions they asked about specifically, I can update as a plant pathology position. We've interviewed we had 40 applicants. We have 4 finalists. We're interviewing that next week, and we expect to bring that person on, hopefully by whoever the winning candidate is by the end of the year. The government hiring process is a fairly lengthy process. And so we're working and navigating through that as best we can, but we are committed to filling those positions. And in fact, as I've been working with my leadership team on this, we've identified a number of what I refer to as top 10 priorities, operational priorities, not so much strategic. And the one for ARS really is to develop and execute that hiring strategy so we fill these positions. So thank you for asking that question.
I very much appreciate that, and am happy to know that you're working closely with WSU. Do you have any sense of how many funded scientist positions have been cleared? We know about that one in 2019 to be filled.
To my understanding, again, I would want to get back to you because I want to make sure I don't mislead you or give you incorrect information. There are a number of positions that have been approved to fill, and we're working through that process. Again, these positions, these highly technical positions, we work through a process of not just the candidates, but through seminars and interviews and things like that. It's very similar to hiring a faculty member at Washington State. It's not a quick process, but we're committed to doing it and to doing it as quickly as we can.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And just with the rest of my time, I meet regularly with farmers and with Washington State University research researchers, and they are deeply missing these partnerships. I look at it as my job in a non-Farm Bill year to be the best supporter of our farmers that I can possibly be. And so going to bat for them and getting the researchers that they need to help our farmers succeed and adapt to change, grow sustainable, increase their yields, and sequester carbon would be my dream. So thank you for working to fill these positions.
Well, we're in that together.
Thank you.
Thank